Clean up. Good, clean up. Good job. When teaching your dog how to clean up toys, you're gonna need them to be able to drop a toy on command. I uploaded a video last week where I showed you how I taught both of my dogs how to drop toys on command into my hand. So I would watch that first and train that if your dog does not know that. Once my dog knew how to drop a toy on command, I started to get him used to the toy box. You're gonna wanna use something that your dog can easily reach, that they're not gonna have to lift up over, or it's gonna be a little more confusing. So use something shorter. It could be like a basket, a toy box, whatever is gonna work for you, just getting your dog used to it. It doesn't have to be what you keep their toys in if it's too big. To get Sirius comfortable with the basket he would be placing toys in, I started just taking treats and getting him to place his head into the basket. Some dogs can be a little shy with sticking their face in anything weird or new. So it's just getting them used to the motion of putting their face into a box. You could drop a treat at the bottom, let him check it out a little bit, and just reward them through the whole process. You can do that training over the span of a few days just to get them comfortable with it and then start to introduce a toy. I always introduce one small toy first, something that's easy to pick up and put away. And then I would have him pick up the toy off the floor, get it, target my hand, drop it, yes, and reward him. Get it, drop it, yes. So I'm just having him target my hand to drop it, and then I'm moving my hand away so he drops the toy into the basket. Drop it, yes. Good, and I'm rewarding for the behavior of bringing the toy to the toy box. You are going to want to train this right next to the toy box at first. So directly next to it, so that it's not something from a distance that they're having to carry far and figure out. Take it, get it, drop it, yes, good job. You're gonna wanna start phasing in the command. I use clean up as our command. So I'll ask him clean up, have him target my hand. Your main goal is to want to phase out having to use your hand. Clean up, yes. And maybe just direct him with my hand towards it. Clean up, oh, get it? Clean up, yes. It does help if you're using something that's pretty big, so it's easy for them to target into it. And then you can start to introduce different toys. Clean up. If they're missing the basket, just keep trying. Clean up, and don't reward until they get it into the basket. Clean up, yes, good job. This is something you're gonna wanna take some time on. Don't rush into it. Work on getting them used to putting their head in the basket, get them used to targeting your hand towards the basket, over the basket, and then slowly fade that out. You don't wanna rush into it or they're not gonna get what you're asking. Clean up, yes. So take your time, let your dog get used to it, then start incorporating more toys to it. Clean up your toys really is a lot of consistency. Good job. But if you're spending the time getting them used to this, getting them used to picking up the item when you ask them, getting them used to going to the box, you'll get there. It's just a lot of the same repetitive steps over and over. Once your dog's getting it, start to have them pick up more than one. So I'll have him pick up both of these, clean up, and then I'll reward. Don't give a reward for every single toy they pick up. I would do it for every 2 or 3 so that your dog's picking them all up and not just one and then wanting their reward right after. If your dog is a dog that is easily distracted by treats, don't use treats. Just get them engaged with the toy, get it, and then have them target your hand, yes. Get it, drop it, yes. And you could do it that way without using a treat and just give a lot of praise when they're done. The more you practice this, the better your dog's gonna get at it. Once you phase out the targeting of your hand, you can move away from the basket and just guide them by the verbal cue and pointing if you want to. But take your time with it. Some dogs take longer with needing to target your hand, and that is okay. Serious, clean up. Clean up. Good job.